Yo, what's going on today, guys? It's your boy Zazo, and I'm back again for another video. So today we're going to be talking about the biggest lie that the tech industry will tell you. So let's go ahead and get into it. In order for this to make sense, I'll kind of take you through my journey, and then when I came to this realization of what this lie that the industry will tell you. So let's go ahead and get into it. So when I started about 10 years ago on my journey of coding. I didn't come from a computer or where there was a computer in the house. So I found computers very interesting. So I just wanted to go, and I was excited to learn. I took a high school class where I built a website from HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And from there, I kind of find that interest to kind of build things using programming. So I started to dive in and realize this is what I wanted to go to school for. This is actually what I wanted to work in. So as I'm going through the process, I was very excited about learning different programming languages, different frameworks, and things like that. So fast forward a couple years later, I've been practicing building up projects. I got my first tech job, very entry level tech job. I got into that role. So when I got there, I actually met my friend, which was way more advanced as far as coding goes. And there'd be a lot of stuff we could talk about as far as frameworks, methodologies, coding languages, and those types of things. And I was very excited that I could actually have somebody to bounce ideas off of. And so while working in that job, it was very fun. A lot of tech talk, a lot of talking about different ways of going. He actually introduced me to a book, Clean Code, which, goes over how to write clean, reusable code and that type of thing. So I was very excited to kind of dive into all these tech things because growing up, I didn't really have any exposure to any of this stuff. So I found it very interesting. Now fast forward to more years later, I get in a promotional role, a higher level role, and I start to realize a lot of different things in just when I'm talking to people in general that are more business driven. I realize at the end of the day, my tech skills and all of the jargon and all of these different frameworks and stuff, business partners or business people don't care about any of that, right? And that's a key thing because a lot of the time, the conception or the misconception is based on different YouTube videos, based on things that are out there, that as long as you nail your technical skills, so doing 500,000 leak code problems, just sitting there and coding every single day, not saying any of this is bad. But what I'm saying is a lot of the stuff that's out there makes you believe that that is the only way to break into tech, and that's the way that you are going to become a top level developer. And that's just simply not true. And I'm realizing that more and more nowadays. Nowadays, when you get to a point, whether it be freelancing, working for a company, and you're working with business partners, at the end of the day, they don't care if you know 16 different programming languages and 15 different frameworks, or if you know the most low-level coding language or the most high complex coding language. At the end of the day, they want to know what you can provide to them and what solution you can provide to them. So it's all about problem solving, and technical skills are important. Don't get me wrong, and that's not what I'm trying to say at all. However, they aren't everything. When I got into this industry and when I was coming up, I was a super introvert, and I still am, but I thought that I would just be sitting in my desk every day, just coding. I didn't really have to worry about talking to many people. But I slowly started to realize as I'm getting promoted and as I'm being built and developed for these higher roles, that I realize there's a more of a push, obviously, to speak to business partners, to be in meetings that you need to be able to explain very complex things. So obviously in tech, there's a lot of different complex concepts and different ways that we can do something, but being able to actually explain that simply and be able to get that message across to a broad group of non-tech people is actually a very important skill, and being able to communicate effectively, which is the complete opposite of what I thought the roles would be in this industry. So this is just a short video to let you know that yes, your technical skills are great and definitely work on them, but those aren't the only skills that are going to take you to being a top level developer or even being freelance, right? You have to speak to people, understand what they want, be able to internalize it, be able to kind of develop the tech side in your head and how you're going to build it, and also explain that in a non-tech way to the end user or client. So this is going to be the end of the video, really short and sweet. I just want to hop on here and tell you guys to Stay safe, love, peace, and chicken grease. I'll see you on the next one. I'm out.